Okay guys, so before we get into this video, I just wanted to say a few things. So first, here's the preview of what we will be sculpting. That's one. Second, I have to do a shout out to my brother because he's bothering me about like telling people that I should tell them to check his channel out. So I'll put the link in the description. He basically plays piano covers, so just check him out and he will give me a piece. So that's two. Three, I basically make a buy me a coffee website, so you can buy me a coffee if you want. It will always help me. And four, thank you for all the supporters who bought my base mesh on Gumroad. Thank you very much, and I'll post more stuff there for free. So let's jump to the tutorial. Okay guys, so welcome, and in this video tutorial actually I'll teach you how I made this base mesh that I made a video about 3 weeks ago, I guess, and now I finally have free time, so I will teach it to you because I promised. So first thing I want to do is to import a reference image that I will use, and I will use the reference of my base mesh. And to do that, we'll have to enable one add-on, and if you go to edit, click on preferences, go to the add-ons, you have to search for image, and this should be your first search, called import images as planes. If you enable it, you can import the images as planes. So after you've done that, you click Shift A and click image here and click on reference. So this window will pop, and I will choose my reference image, and I will have a link in the description if you want. It's on ArtStation, so if you go to ArtStation, you can download the photo. So I will click on it, and you can see it's rotated wrongly. So I will click on it and click Alt R to reset the rotation, and also I will delete the cube for now. So if I go to front view, you can see it's flat reference, and we don't want that. We want to rotate it on the x-axis by 90 degrees. So I'll click R, X 90, and now it should be in the front view. And it's not perfectly symmetrical image, but it's fine. So now I had a hard choice because I didn't know which one to choose, male or female, but I chose the male because I think there's a lot more like base meshes of male, like I don't know why. So let's click on it and let's move it on the x-axis so it roughly be around in the middle. So I think this is fine, and I will move it up on the z-axis. Something like this is fine, and yeah, I think we can now start working. Let's see if I can decrease it. Okay, I can't. Okay, so I'm satisfied with this one. So let's start sculpting. So first thing we want to do is a torso. So I will add a cube. Shift A, cube, and I will subdivide it 2 times. So I'll click Ctrl 2 to subdivide it. Yeah, 2 times. Or if you don't, if it's not working for you, I don't know why, then just add a modifier. Click apply. I will move it up around the chest area. I will scale it down till it match it. Something like this. It's fine. Let's go to the side view. Okay, it's also fine. And I will click Ctrl A to apply a scale, and we can go to the edit, to the sculpting mode. So I will go to sculpting mode, and you can see that in my view it's not visible, like the reference image is not visible. So I want to do I want to fix that basically. So if I go here, I have to re-enable this panel and click on this icon here, show overlays, and it will show my background image. So let's use the grab brush. I have my brushes here, I hope you can see them, and I will just try to match the shape of the chest basically. So the male shape is quite I don't know how to say it, but it's wider on the top and it's less wide here. So he will be quite good looking, quite muscled, quite fit guy. The guy that hits the gym basically. And here I will move this part a bit down, so we will make a room for the neck, and I'll flatten a bit his chest like this. Let's go to the top view. And also, if you don't know how to set up those two windows right here, like I have, search for the video on my channel. I have a tutorial for it. So I'm in the top view right now, so I'll move this part more to the middle between the end and the front. So here we'll connect the arms later on. So I think this is quite nice for now. So we can leave it. We will keep it simple. So we go out. Let's go back to layout mode. And now let's add the stomach. So we will do it the same way. We'll start with the cube. I will subdivide it again 2 times. Always, guys, remember to start simple. There's no need to overcomplicating it. So apply it again, apply a scale, and let's go to the sculpting mode again. So I will match it again with my chest right now. So I'll try to make it look like one seamless piece. I'll make his hips a bit wider, but not too much, just a little bit. Here on the right side, I'll put his back more to the center. The stomach also, like the belly. I'll move this a bit down, and this I'll move it up so it will connect from to the back. So if you go to the back view, here's a back view. I want to connect it more like this, so it will look somehow like a triangle right here. And that's fine for now. So let's go out. You see, it's very simple process basically. And let's go to the I don't know how to call this part, but hips basically, I think. Hips and the ground or penis. So let's add the cube again. I subdivide it again 2 times, and I just have to apply it. And I will move it up, scale it down. Same process. And as you guess, apply the scale. Or maybe I will scale it down a bit. And now apply the scale. And go to sculpting. Let's make it closer in the middle, so we will have to make the grown. Oh, I don't know how to say it, it's very hard. And this part we will move it more to the side, so it will look like hips. We will make a room for the legs, so it looks basically like a pants. So here is his butt. So let's go to the back, and we will drag it out a bit like this, so it will remind more of his butt. and it should look fine. It should be fine for now. We will move everything later, but start with the basic shapes. I want to pull this part out a bit, so I'll just click Control and drag it out, and it will basically drag the vertex along the normal of its normal. Like this, it's fine. You can see it's not perfectly symmetrical, but it will be at the end, so don't worry. So now let's add the legs. So legs, or maybe let's start with the head because it's easier. So I will first add the neck. So the neck is quite different because we will not use the cube, we will use the cylinder, and it doesn't matter what his size is, what its resolution is. We just want to get it down and move it approximately where his neck should be, and something like this is fine. I will move it more to the back from the side view, and I will scale it up on the z-axis so it will be longer, and I don't care how long it will be because the head will cover it, so it can bypass the head for now. We will cover it with our head. So let's rotate it a bit so it will not be straight like it was. It has to lean a bit so it will look more natural. And I will also scale it down I'll make it slimmer basically. So one more thing before we do it, I want to choose the reference and I will move it back to the back. So I will click G, Y, so it will not intersect with our base mesh. So now it's a lot easier and you can see whole mesh. So I want to make our neck slimmer, so maybe let's do it in the sculpt mode, why not? So let's apply the scale and let's go to the sculpt, and I will use the grab brush again, scale, like move top vertices closer to each other and the bottom vertices and let them stay where they were. And on the side view I will move this part also closer to each other, so it will be a little bit slimmer. So this shape is okay and we can leave it for now. Let's add the cube again. Let's subdivide it two times for now, and it will be our head. So let's apply the modifier. Let's move it where the head should be. Let's scale it down and move it so it will be above our neck. Don't let it touch the neck because we will use the sculpt to drag it down. So let's scale it, apply the scale by Ctrl A, sculpting again, and now we want to drag this part down so it will look more like a face. So something like this. From the side view should be fine. We will move his head more to the back so he will have a bit bigger brain, and this part we will move down so it will connect with the neck. Then let's see from the front. Okay, from the front I will make him a bit more rectangular, so he will be more man, but you can do whatever you want. So I think something like this should be fine for now. Let's see for the front. Yeah, he looks fine. It's not bad. So now maybe let's save the file because Blender can crash, so I will save it. And let me save it to my Blender projects, and I will call it you can see it because it's on my second monitor, but I will call it base mesh tutorial. Okay, it's done. Okay, so now let's add the arms, actually the shoulder. So this will be a bit different because we'll not use the mirror mod in the sculpt mode. So first, do the same thing, Ctrl+2 to subdivide it. And now we want to add a mirror modifier like this. And if you go to edit mode, you can move it to the right and make sure you don't have clipping enabled, because if you have clipping enabled, it will connect in the middle. So just have clipping unchecked and scale it where the shoulder should be. And let's go to this side view. I'll move it more to the back, so it should be somewhere where the neck is. And let's see from the front, and it's okay. And now let's go back to the object mode. Let's apply the mirror, and also let's apply the subdivision surface modifier. So now we can actually go to the sculpt mode, but first let's apply the scale. And let's go to the sculpt mode. I will use the grab brush, and I'll flatten a bit his shoulders like this. It will not be that round. And from front view, I will also flatten it down so it will match more like the reference photo. If I go to wireframe by clicking Z, you can see the shape. But you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, depends on how muscular you want your base mesh to be. I want it to be somewhere like this. Should be fine. Let's see from the side, let's see from the top also, because top is very important. I will make it more flat, so it will not be that round. I will connect the shoulder with the torso. And for now, I think it's fine. We can leave it. So let's add the arms. And people tend to use the cylinder, but I don't like cylinder for the arms. I don't know why. I think it's better to use the cube because they have more vertices when you subdivide them, and they are more evenly placed. So it's just easier to sculpt on the subdivided cube than on the cylinder. So let's go to layout. Let's add a cube again. Yeah, let's subdivide it again 2 times. And let's add the mirror. We do exactly the same thing. We move it where the arm should be. I will scale it down roughly like the arm. I will rotate it so it will align with the arm direction. And note that you can do it. You can do your character in T pose, but I prefer to do them in A pose. Like, it's easier for me, but for to sculpt on A pose. But if you are making the games, they typically do it in T pose. So let's move it to the side, and I'll move it back a bit more further back than the arm, so it will be a bit behind our shoulder. And I will rotate it also, so my arm will go like this. I don't know if you can see it. So let's now scale it on the z-axis. Oh, I should have scaled it on the z-axis first, where like before the rotation, but we can surpass it, like bypass it, by going to the face mode. Let's choose this face, and I will just move it down in the direction of our arm. And I'll choose the top part also. Let's scale them down a bit. Let's choose the top face, let's move it up, and the bottom face I'll also move it down a bit. And let's see the side view. Yeah, it's fine. So something like this is good enough, and we can go back to the object mode, and I'll actually duplicate it by clicking Shift D and clicking escape to leave it in the same place. But now I go to edit mode. You can see if I move it down, we have another object, and it will be our forearm. So this forearm will be slimmer. So we'll choose the top face and bottom face, and I will scale them down. I will move the top face down, up, and bottom face, let's move it down like this. Let's see the side. The side, I'll move this part to the front, so he will have this slight bend in the arm. Let's move it more to the back like this. And it's okay, it's fine for now. So let's save it, and I'll also have two, one for the upper leg and one for the lower leg. So let's also duplicate it again, Shift D, escape to leave it in the same place. Let's click A to select everything. Now let's match it with our leg. So I'll scale it up like this, and I will leave it for now because I don't want to do it now. I'll just move it in the place like this, and I will duplicate it again, and let's go to edit mode. Let's move it down, just roughly scale it on the Z-axis and make it slimmer like this, and it will be our shin. Okay, something like this should be fine. And we will leave it. We will do the arms first. So let's save the file. Okay, it's 20 minutes. Maybe I will split it because it will be easier. So let's go to the sculpting mode. And now we can make our arms a little bit more connected to our... Oh, I think I didn't apply the modifiers. Yeah, apply the mirror modifier and subdivision surface modifier, and let's apply the scale. Let's go to the sculpting. I will connect it more with our shoulder like this, and I will move it a bit down to connect it more with our forearm. I'll move this part a little bit to the front, so it will be his biceps. Let's go to the front view, and let's go to the wireframe. Let's see how the arms looks. You can see that this should not be that way, so we'll move it to the front, closer to the center like this. I'll smooth it out a bit by holding Shift. And let's move this part also to the center. And for now, I think it's fine. We can leave it like this. Let's go to the forearm and let's do the same. Let's apply the mirror and subdivision surface. Apply the scale. Let's go to sculpting. Let's connect it more with our upper arm. This part should be wider than the rest of the forearm, and here it should go closer because it will connect with the hand. So it should be something like the width of the wrist. And from the side, I want to make this go a bit the same way, so I will make it closer at the bottom and a bit wider on the top. And if you don't know how to do it, just look at the references. I have references on my second monitor, or I just look at my forearm. So something like this should be fine. Let's go back to the upper arm. I'll make it a little bit smaller because I saw that his biceps was too big. So yeah, something like this should be fine. Let's save. And now let's go to the legs. And I think I have to split it into two parts because it will be too long. So let's go to the legs. Let's apply them. Mirror subdivision. Let's go to sculpting. And let's move them up. So it will connect with our hips that we made before. And they shouldn't be that big here because it will connect with the knee. So they should be a bit smaller here. And let's go to the side. We will pull this a bit to the front. And here we'll move it a bit closer. So it should be white on the top, like most parts are white on the top, and they are closer to each other on the bottom. And it's wider because you have a butt basically here. So let's go to the back view. And let's move it closer to the butt. Yeah, like this should be fine. And let's leave it for now like this, and let's go to the lower leg. Apply, sculpting. So again, closer on the bottom, because it will connect with the foot, and it should be wider on the top. I'll move this part up. You can see that the forearm and the lower leg, they have something similar, that the top and the bottom, they are closer to each other, but somewhere in the middle, but closer to the top, and they are most widest. So with the lower leg, you have the same, because you have the calves here in the back, so they are quite wide. So let's go to the side. Let's move this part closer. This part should be a bit wider like this, and I will move the top here, so we will have a kneecap later on. Yeah, something like this should be fine. And we will flatten our bottom bit like this. Okay, this should be fine. I will move this more to the center, so it will match more with the upper leg. And let's hide the reference photo for a bit. So I'll click H, and as you can see, it doesn't look that bad. So it's not that bad. We will of course improve him, but I can already see some mistakes. We will fix them later on, but it's a very good start for now if you have something like this. So we will fix them in the second part See you guys.